Okay. All right. So we started this problem. We just stopped up until anything new, right? We said, given the graphs, and h of x is f of x divided by g of x, determine the value of h prime. Okay, so we said, okay, so we need to find the derivative of this guy here, because to figure out what this value is, we need to find the derivative of this, which is this guy here. So we did that, right? We did that here. And then we said, hey, let's plug in 4, because that's the question. The question's asking h prime of 4, right? So we plugged in 4 everywhere. Then we stopped, right? Well, normally we had a table, right? We had a table to go back. We had the table to look. G of 4, f prime of 4, f of 4, g prime of 4, all of those, right? Now we don't have a table. But then what we do have is a graph, right? So how can we use a graph as a table? Well, we talked about, like this table here, this is just a bunch of dots, right? I can make a graph of f of x. I would label 1, 5, that's 1 dot, and then 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, right? I can make that graph. I can make all of those dots and make a graph, connect the dots and all of that. Same thing with f prime, g of x, g prime, right? Okay. So instead of a table, they give us a graph, which is still visual. Okay, so what do I need? So I got to figure out what I need. So let's rewrite this. Okay, the first thing I need is g of 4. That's the very first thing I need, g of 4. So how do I find g of 4? What am I going to do to find g of 4 using the graph? The first of all, which graph am I going to choose? There's 2 graphs, right? So which graph do you think I'm going to choose? Which graph do you think? G, right? G, yeah, this guy over here. This is the graph I'm going to focus on. So if I'm looking for g of 4, I'm looking for what that equals. What does that 4 represent? What does the 4 inside the parentheses represent? X, right? It represents an x value. So when g is 4, that's right here. So I'm looking for the y value. Well, the y value here is right there. Right, that dot is at 4, -3. So g of 4 is equal to -3. So we go back down, -3 times and then I also have g of 4 at the bottom, right? I also have g of 4 down here. So let me fill that in. That's -3 squared. Okay. There we go. Okay. So let's go back up. What do I need next? So I got this guy done. This guy done. I don't want to cross it out. Let me highlight it. So we know we're done. Okay, the next thing I need is g prime of 4, or sorry, let me skip the primes. I want to do the next one I want to do is f of 4. F of 4 is just like g of 4, except we go to f. So f of 4. F of 4, right there. Still -3. That one's -3 as well. Okay, so anywhere I see an f of 4, I'm going to plug in a -3. Only see it there. So what I'm left with now is some primes, not G of 4, not F of 4, G prime and F prime of 4. Well, what does the prime mean? Derivative, okay? So what's another word for derivative? Or what's another phrase for a derivative? What is a derivative? That's a symbol, but in terms of words, what is a derivative? Yeah, exactly. Slope of the tangent line, right? Slope of the tangent line. That's it. It's slope. It's a slope, right? So let's go look at F of 4. F of 4. Same place we were at before. F of 4, right there, right? That dot right there. So at F of 4, isn't it on a line? It's on a segment, right? It's on this segment here. It's on this segment right here. So if I wanted to draw a line that was tangent to that, what would the slope be? If I want to draw a line that's tangent to that segment, what would its slope be? Well, first of all, what would the line look like? Would it look like that? That's not tangent. What does tangent mean? Yeah. It only touches the point one time. Yeah. So this is a line. It's not a curve. It has no curve to it, right? So what's the only way? What is the only way for my line, tangent line, to look like on that segment there? It has to look just like that. That's the only way it could look. So now derivative says, what's the slope of that line there? What's the slope of that line there? Let's see. Yep, we could go, I mean, it's got dots everywhere, right here, right here, right here, right here. So you can just go up 1 over 1, 1. Or you can say, okay, from this dot to this dot over here, we go up 1, so up 1, up 2, up 3, up 4, up 5, up 6, 6 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? The slope, up 1 over 1. So the slope of the tangent line is just 1. So what is F prime of 4? 1. It's the slope where that point is located. Okay. So we're going to put a 1 here. Now that we know that, let's do the same for G prime. Let's do the same for G prime. Where is G prime located? G prime is located on the other graph. We already labeled the point. So let's find the slope. If it's a line, it's just the slope of the line it's on. If it's a curve, then we have to find the slope of the tangent, right? So it's on a line, it's on a segment. It's right here, from right here to right here. So what we got to do now is find the slope of that segment. What's the slope of that segment going to be? Same, yeah, 1. Up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Slope is just going to be 1 over 1, rise over run, which is reduces to 1. So let's go write that down there. And we got everything. Now we can simplify. Now we have everything that we need, so we can just simplify and get an answer. So we have H prime of 4 equals -3 minus -3 over +9, because -3 squared is +9. Negative minus a negative, change them, right? So -3 plus 3, 0, over 9, makes 0. So h prime of 4 is just 0. 0 is okay, 0 is an answer. Even undefined is an answer. Okay, if 0 was on the bottom and 9 was on the top, that's okay. It happens sometimes. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, and Danya, you said there was one that I might have done wrong. Which one was it? Example, which one? 5, example 5. Double check this so it's not wrong in the notes. Which letter? E. Okay, so E, f of x squared is f of x times f of x, right? So the product rule is f of x times f prime plus f prime times f of x. So let's see, was it supposed to be 2? Did I do that part? At the very end, let's see. Oh, plus, yeah, I multiplied them. You're right. Yeah. So what I did was I multiplied these two guys, but then I multiplied the answers and got 16. I didn't look at this plus here. It's supposed to be plus. So you're going to get -4 in here and -4 in here, but you're supposed to add them. And I multiplied them. So yes. -8. Thank you. Okay. Any questions on that? So what I'm going to do, I have an assignment that I'm going to let you guys start to work on in class so that if you have questions, we can go over that. Okay. So grab the same Chromebook that matches your desk number.